Hello, my name is John King. I'm a freshman here at Clemson University. I recently attended a new student dialogue entitled Where Do You Go to Church? A dialogue on religious expression in the United States on Monday, September 16th, 2013 from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. This dialogue was a open-ended discussion. We talked about the different religions that are present in the United States and even present here on the campus of Clemson University. One of the goals of the dialogue was to achieve true dialogue and not to have debates or just discussions. I believe we did achieve dialogue. It started out kind of timid, but we did eventually get to where we were all talking freely and nobody was really judging each other for their comments. So I would say that we did achieve the dialogue. No one was put down. No one was judged, as I said, so I believe we did achieve true dialogue. Some of the observations that I did notice is that there were some active voices and some reserved voices in the group. Most of the time we started out very reserved. I started out pretty reserved myself. We tried to get used to everybody since nobody knew each other in there. I guess that's a human reaction, just to be a little timid when you're around people you don't know, talking about such a controversial topic. We did, however, get to where there were many active voices in the group. After a few minutes went by, a few people started talking, and we began to talk a little more openly and freely about our backgrounds, how we felt, and we discussed it in a more active manner. As I said, I started out reserved. I feel like I did become more of an active voice as the dialogue went along. I was not afraid to speak my mind and to tell everybody how I felt. I was a little reserved at the beginning. I was a little worried about stepping on people's toes, I guess, wondering how everybody would handle it. Didn't want to come out and sound too against everybody else's personal beliefs. But once we started talking, I did open up and I began discussing my personal beliefs with them. I do believe that this was important for us to have. It kind of gave us a little bit of an insight to how other people live their lives on this campus, to realize that there's a very diverse group of people that are attending this wonderful institution. I believe that it was good for us to get together to start a discussion. It was very useful. It helped us to talk about what we believed and helped us to learn what other people believed. So I believe that it was a very good for everybody in the group. I would say because of those reasons it is important to have, and I understand why they have the new student dialogue as part of the CU 1000 course. Some other just basic thoughts and observations of our dialogue. I feel like we discussed all the different major religions that we have. We talked about some that I guess I didn't realize existed on our campus. We talked about Hinduism and Buddhism, some of the religions that are not as prevalent in the United States, but more so over in other countries. Kind of opened us up to realize that there are people that believe in this type of religion here in this country and even here on campus. We started the discussion with building up a wall of stereotypes, as they called it, where we had the different religions and we would give out stereotypes of the religions that we know or that we've heard or that we believed. After we built up the wall of stereotypes, we tore it down by giving examples of people that we know that are different and do not fit the mold of the stereotypes that we gave. I thought this was useful because it helped some people realize that not all people believe the same things, and that we may think that certain types of people believe something, but they may actually believe something completely different. I did, however, feel it was more geared to other religions that are not Christianity. I felt as if it was more of a way to get people to say, Christianity is not the only religion, so we need to look at that and accept it. And more so than have other people that aren't Christians say, there are Christians and here, and you should accept them as well. Because if we're going to talk about a open discussion about the different religions and that we should all not judge each other, I believe it's just as important to say the same for other religions judging Christians as it is for Christians judging other religions. We did discuss religious freedom a couple times throughout the dialogue. I believe it came up for different reasons. It seemed, though, as if people use religious freedom as a way to say, hey, I'm not a Christian, so you shouldn't come up to me and talk to me about it. You shouldn't force it on me. And it wasn't about letting everybody decide how they wanted to live their lives. It was more of, I guess you could say, anti-Christian than it was religious freedom. One thing that I always thought of when we discussed this was that this nation was founded by people who were searching for religious freedom, not people that said that they wanted to get away from Christians. Many of our founding fathers were Christians, and I believe that just because people don't believe in Christianity, they shouldn't try and tear us down because they want to practice their own religion. This country was founded with the idea that everyone could practice whatever religion they wanted to freely without people putting them down and without the government forcing it upon them. I do feel like for some of the people that were not from this area, they kind of stereotyped the South a little bit. They mentioned things like, here, this is the Bible Belt, so everyone's a Christian, and everyone tries to tell you where you should go to church, and if you don't go to church, you'll be judged. And that's just not the case. I mean, we are very Christian down here, I would say, by percentage-wise, but not everybody here judges people, and not everybody says that if you don't go to church, you're a bad person. So I do feel like a couple of times that they were stereotyped, and that was a little bit unfair. But I do believe that overall the dialogue was very well. Everyone was open to each other's discussions, each other's ideas, each other's beliefs, and I believe we did achieve true dialogue. It was very useful for us, and I definitely learned a lot, and I believe everybody else did too. I thought it was a very good experience, and I understand why it's part of the CU 1000 course, because it's very useful and it opens up discussions for even later. It can help us meet friends, and it makes us more open and helps us start working towards a very open family. Uh, Here at Clemson, I've heard just about every day for the first month about the Clemson family. My whole family graduated from here, so I understand exactly what they're talking about, and I feel that through this it's helping us get closer to that Clemson family as freshmen. So I thank you for watching the video, and that was my experience with my new student dialogue.